Hey guys, how are you doing? I'm back. Um, this is part three of Reflections. Today we are going to review a couple of things that we talked about yesterday regarding birthdays and moms and motherhood, single parenting, and things like that. Um, and even with single dads. So, again, I say keep pressing forward, keep pushing, keep praying, keep positioning yourself um, to be the best person that you can possibly be, and continue to look at yourself, continue to strive for whatever that goal is that you have. And just know that you are worthy. You can do whatever you put your mind to. You can speak life into your situations. We speak enough bad that that's all we get. So just try speaking some life into those dead situations in your life. And if it's meant to be, then it will be. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful, fantastic day. This morning I woke up, it was raining outside, which felt to me really good. I mean, I'm sorry, without rain, you know, without water, you can't live. So, stop looking at rain as being a bad thing. Rain is a wonderful thing. It's soothing, it cleanses, it refreshes. So, I heard it, and now it's bright and sunny outside, and I'm watching people actually outside walking and doing certain things, and which is great. And I'm thankful because I know last year this time I know where I was and I know what I was going through, and it's it takes a while for you to get to that place and that space in your life where you can say, you know what, I can look back over and see how far I've come, and be okay with it. Be really, really okay with it, because life is too short for the foolishness and the drama that sometimes we create in our own lives or we bring to somebody else's life, um, which we need to stop doing. We need to deal with those situations, that anger, whatever it is that we have that's going on in our life that's causing us to really lash out, and to latch on to things that we really are not equipped to handle. Um, like I said, by the time this video comes out, probably will be, if not on my wedding anniversary or close to it. And I guess that's the segue into, we're going to talk about marriages today, I guess. But first and foremost, I'm thankful for my husband. Honey, happy anniversary. We love hard. They can call it hood love or whatever love it is, but most important, our love is genuine. It's Christ-like. So I don't think I want to say that's hood love, when it's looking like Christ's love for the church. Um, and we're intentional. We love, when I say we love hard, we love hard. Because if something is not right with us, we really truly start feeling some kind of way. And we're both looking to say, okay, now um, we need to fix that. You know, we have come a long way. If anyone that knows our backstory knows that we have come a long way, we do not operate our marriage as a contractual marriage. Yes, we have marriage license. We went through the but however, our marriage is governed as a covenant, and we look at that as the highest assignment that we could possibly have according to our faith. Um, and we trust God with our marriage. We believe in a hierarchy of marriage, and my husband is the head of this household. He is the head. Okay, I walk beside him. We worship together. Um, we tackle things together. Are we perfect? No. Are we striving to be perfected? Absolutely. Um, and we have journeyed this. We came in just as wrong as two left shoes. Um, but we were determined that when we set our I do's, that regardless of what we had that was going on, even if we had luggage coming in, that we was going to deal with it, and we start dealing with it immediately. Has it been easy? No. Um, am I still working through some things? Yes. Um, and that's fine, because marriage is not to be taken lightly. If you are entering into it, you need to know what you're doing. And if you don't know, then you need to sit down, get the book. And I'm not talking about a marriage book, I'm talking about the Bible. And see what it says about marriages. See what it says about covenant marriages. Um, See, our agreement is with God. Our agreement is that we will go by the word. And when we say the word, we talk about scripture, biblical, um, to guide us into every area of our marriage, down to the intimacy. And you're like, oh, I can see the cringe, I can see the changes in the face. Like, oh my God, yes. And understanding what intimacy is. Of course, women gonna think one way, men gonna think another way. But when I say intimacy, I'm talking about the time spent, the time that you can gather together and have a conversation about anything and everything. It's how you spend your time together. And if it and I always say it is the foreplay before anything else. And if that time spent together is just as passionate as it can possibly be, when the physical takes place, that's all I everybody gonna have a smile on their face. So you have to be able to be intentional in your mate and the love that you have and the respect that you have for your mate. Like I said, my husband and I, we have known each other for a mighty, mighty long time. Long time. And in that time, it was very rough patches. Um, we can laugh at certain things now, certain things we are still, and for me as a wife, certain things that I'm still not laughing at. God is dealing with me, my heart, my mind, my soul, my spirit, in that area. Um, but for the most part, what I would say for anybody that's on their road to marriage, don't be so involved with the preparation, the ceremony, the dress, the this, the that. That lasts but a moment. Concentrate on the marriage itself that's supposed to last a lifetime. Till death do you part. Okay? That's where it's supposed to go. So you need to look at that. Do not have everybody all up in your business. Okay? There's a section that says you leave to cleave. You cleave into each other. You're not marrying the family. You're marrying that man or that woman. Okay? Let's get that straight. You're not marrying the family. Okay? Um, I remember when my son got married, and me and my daughter-in-law, we had a discussion. And I promised her, I will not be that mother, and as the world said, that mother-in-law that's all up in your business. Nope. Mm-mm. My son is leaving to cleave. And that means his family, his love is to you. Yes. Hear that, moms and dads? It's to that household that they're joining and creating as one. So, yes, we are still here. We're still here to help them in any way we can. But at the end of the day, they're together. They're one. Okay? And that's how, that's what we believe. And my husband and I, we believe the same thing. I love my mother dearly. God rest my dad's soul. But my husband is the head of my household. He is the head of me and our marriage unit as to what we do. And we discuss what we do. Sometimes do we fall short? Yes, we do. But we pray our way through it. We come back and we discuss it and we get ourselves back on track. And that's a process. Um, and my mom, bless her heart, she does not infiltrate herself into. No, she doesn't. She, baby, I love you. That's your husband. Okay, what does your husband say about that? And it's not that we take this submission thing where my husband is just no. Let's understand what submission means, people. We work together. We work together. and sometimes, I mean, we could finish each other's sentences. We could, if we're not in agreement with certain things, and I'm telling you, a house divided will not stand. Granted, we come together and we compromise, and we talk about things. I mean, granted, my husband is a Redskins fan. I'm a diehard Philadelphia Eagles fan. So we know what that looks like, but that's the fun part of it, with the opposite, so we're able to laugh and joke about those things. Um, when it comes to different things, sometimes we may not be in agreement on, and we'll discuss it. And my husband will tell you, if I'm not 100%, I'm going to tell you, no, I don't, no, that don't work for me. And I'm going to give him a reason why. I'm not just going to say no. I'm going to say no, and this is why. And he'll come back with, well, this is, was something else to help me to understand certain things. But like I said, my husband is a God-fearing man. He loves people. He loves to help. He loves to, especially with seniors full of wisdom. He loves to sit and to listen and to hear what he needs to hear. He loves being around men that are wisdom filled, has knowledge. The term iron sharpens iron works for both of us. I love being around women who know something, who's not speaking on what they think they would do. No, they're speaking about what they know. They're speaking about experiences. They're speaking about certain situations that they've gone through, and how they've handled certain things. And my husband and I, we sit there, and sometimes it's at different times. It's not sometimes, and sometimes it's together. Sometimes we'll have some senior ones that pull us aside and give us a word, and we don't, look, we take it, because certain things we don't know. You can have folks that have been married for 20, 30, 40, 50 years, and they still have issues with each other, and it shows. My husband and I, we don't want to be that couple that when people see it, they're like, we want to be able to have a reputation that when folks do see us, that one, they can see that we have a light in us that that shows our faith, what we believe, who we are, and that they can actually look at us and say, you know what, they really do love each other. They really do care about each other. We've been out several times, and my husband opens the door for me to get into our vehicles. He'll hold the door open for me. He'll pull my chair out when we're at dinner or something like that. And someone actually told him, I said, man, you messing it up for us. What you doing? My husband politely said, he said, man, that's my queen. That's what I'm supposed to do. I'm making you look bad, brother, please. Do you see her? This is what I do. And it warms my heart because that's what I'm used to. My dad used to do that for my mom. Hold the door open. Anywhere she wanted to go, he would drive her. Nowadays, you got so many people, like the roles have reversed. You got the woman driving and the man on the passenger seat. Okay, something might be wrong. Okay, but if there's nothing wrong, why are you in the? I mean, it's metaphorically, you're out of order. You're not in the right seat. Because there's certain things that wives can do, are supposed to do, that husbands can't do. You see what I'm saying? So what is it that, and then you get out and, and I've sat and I watched it, young lady, she's coming out, the guy just lets the door go, boom, closes up in the face, and, he gets in the car, he reaches over, unlocks the latch for her to get in, or he jumps in the passenger side, and then she in the driver's side, and they driving off, and the seat so far back is in the back seat. What is that? That is not cute. That's not. I don't understand. I don't understand. There's nothing wrong with you. And then some of the time, guess what? It's her car. Okay. All right. Okay. Certain situations might be going on. I'm talking to the lazy folks. Okay. Who have the mindset that she's supposed to be doing it all because you too lazy to get up to do something. Those are the folks that I'm talking to. I'm not talking about the ones that are sick, disabled, whatever the case may be. No. I'm talking about to you lazy folk who don't want to get up off your, I'm not even going to say shoulda, woulda, coulda. Just don't want to get up. You know, she going out, she doing everything. You know, and then you sitting back and the only thing you can do is ride on the passenger side. Really? Really? The passenger. So you just along for the ride. Okay? Because you're not controlling anything. She controlling. She's driving. So she got to keep her eye on the road. She got to make sure that everybody okay in that car. She got to make sure that everybody okay while you sitting there sightseeing on the passenger side. Just saying. Just saying. Something wrong with that picture. Something wrong. Once again, I'm talking about the lazy people. I'm not talking about the ones that have something going on and you need the assistance. I'm talking about the ones who just sitting back and just having somebody take care of you and your able body. That's who I'm talking to. Yeah, let that marinate. Sitting on the passenger side where somebody else is controlling the road. Just saying. Okay. For me, you know, if I gotta go somewhere, I go. I have a vehicle, I can go. You know, sometimes, you know, my husband, you know, and we pretty much go everywhere together unless we at work. Um, but we make it a point to, um, and as we've gotten more, I don't want to say growner, but as we've gotten more in tune to what we need to be doing, we both decide that we need to spend, you know, you got to block that time for one another because our days get busy. You know, we're so busy doing this for this person, doing that for that person. Next thing you know, we looked up and, you know, we get home in the evening, we too tired. We all have to sleep. And for me, it takes me a while to go to sleep. So we just sitting back trying to figure out, you know, dang, when was the last time we actually sat and watched something on TV together? When was the last time that we, you know, went out or something like that? And my husband, he was surprised. He said, baby, come on, we're going out to dinner. We're going to your favorite restaurant. You know, we're going to go do this. We're going to go do that. And I'm thankful because it's like he doesn't have to wait for a holiday to do something for me. Um, and that's one of the things that I love. Um, don't wait till Mother's Day to do something for me. Treat me like, you know, the mother of your children all year round. Don't wait for my birthday to give me a what if gift. You know, like I said before, it's the foreplay. It's before. You know, I do cards, and I'll do it just because, you know, or I'll send them a text, "Babe, I love you," you know, just because, you know, when we're actually home together, when we wake up in the morning, first thing we do, we hit the floor, praying. Get your mind, we're praying, and he'll pray, I'll pray, you know, and that's how we start our day, praying, you know, and trust me, it has really, really, truly helped us because what I can't communicate within my own feelings, sometimes I will communicate in my prayers. And that's one time where my husband he won't interrupt when I'm in the middle of my prayer because I'm praying to God about what I'm feeling, a situation in my heart. So we pray. We pray, we talk, we laugh. We love road trips. We love road trips. We love just getting in the car, just driving. And then we're talking, and then something will come up where I'm feeling a certain way about something, and I'll bring it to his attention, you know, and my husband says, "Oh, well, I meant to say it this way, or I meant this way or that way." Um, but what I truly love about my husband is this his willingness to come into his own. And I can say I remember a time where it wasn't it wasn't so great. I can remember a time where um, communication just wasn't there for us. Um, but like I said, as a wife, and I learned a long time ago, and a very wise man told me to get out the ring. I need to put my gloves down because what I was doing was not helping. So, and I learned to do my fighting, my emotional roller coaster, whatever case may be, in prayer. You know, and it's worked. Um, and like I said, my husband and I, we do, you know, we're members of a church, and we have different assignments within our church. Um, and when I can say that I can sit back and watch him in action, uh, people come up to me often. They say, "Your husband he's a trip. He's a trip." And I'm like, "Look, y'all get this 5-10 minutes of whatever he's doing." I said, "I got a life sentence with him doing this," and it's jokingly, but that's how passionate he is with people. And sometimes I have to tell him, "Slow your roll, slow down, slow down." You know, um, and just to just pull his coat tail just a little bit because he has a hard time saying no. He'll say yes, okay, and I know how that can build up over time and what that can look like. And it's my job to pull him back, to say, no, we need to sit, we need to chill for a minute. Um, but his spirit of just being um, helpful and caring, um, is wonderful to see. And like I said, he's come a long way. Um, so just as much as caring he is on this side, he was a humdinger on the other side, and and he'll tell you. He will tell you in a minute. He was a hot mess. He was a hot mess. And when you're dealing with somebody, as they say, is a hot mess, and then you have my personality who's not going to take nothing off of anybody, then we all know what that might look like. But like I said, we sit and we laugh, we talk, we have a great time together. Um, I love our life together. He has been very supportive of every endeavor that I've decided that I really truly believe that God has placed in my heart to do. He has been there. He has pushed me. He actually was the one that actually pushed me to write the book. And I was like, I was putting. He's like, no, hon, do it. Send that manuscript in. And had he not pushed me like that, the moment I sent the manuscript in, within I would say 5 to 7 days later, the publisher came back and said yes. So once again, I took his guidance um, and his lead and listened, and I'm very thankful for him in that area. Um, and like I said, we have come a mighty, mighty long way, and to see how far we go and where we go, it's truly a blessing. It really is. And what I want to say to couples out there now um, is just that remember what it was that attracted you to your spouse, what brought you two together. Um, remember the moment that you realize that I love him or her, or I want to spend my time with him or her. Um, what changed it for you? Go back to that and just ask God just to restore if something is broken or stagnant, to restore um, your love, restore your compassion, and make a newness about it. Take you to the next level in your relationship. Um, and that's how I feel where we are right now. God has taken us to a new level. Um, and we're able to, I don't we both vowed that we wanted our marriages to be different than our parents. And that's not to say good, bad, or whatever. We just wanted to take it up a level because so many, you hear, soon you say I do, it's just like driving a car off the lot, the depreciation value goes down. And we did not want that. We wanted to be able to continue to look at one another um, at a point where each day, we would continue to fall more and more in love with one another. Our wedding service was, people are still talking about it because we were real, we were honest. People knew um, our challenges, knew what we were going through, knew where we were coming from. They knew all of that, and God said, "I need you to do." Because I'll tell you right now, Danita was saying, "No, I don't," but God said, "No, I need you to go." And when God tells you to go, you go. And I sit back now and I look back over our lives, and honey, it's been one crazy ride, but we're smiling, we're laughing, we're celebrating. Um, he's just doing the thing. He is the man that I saw when I first met him, of the man that he could become, if that makes any sense. But I had to go during that point in time when we weren't together. I had to be able to go and to allow God to do whatever he needed to do in him. And not saying that when I came back everything was great, because it wasn't. But what I'm saying is that allow God to do what he has to do, not only in your lives together, but separate as individuals. Um, and just watch and see what happens. It's amazing. It's truly amazing. And you don't have to be a young couple. You don't have to be whatever, wherever you are in your marriage. I don't care if you're 80 years old and you're still together and you're still fighting over that same, he won't pick up this, whatever the case may be. Whatever the case may be. Um, be intentional. People are watching in a world where everybody's doing what they want to do. Marriages are open, which I don't get that. Um, People are just doing whatever they want to do. No, you can't do what people are watching. Children are watching. Okay, and we need to start. I'm not saying we got to be the cleavers or the hucks, well, anything like that. No one's looking for a perfect marriage. We're looking for marriages that can create families that are unified. We're looking for marriages. We're the glue. We are the glue that will take care of that bitterness, that hatefulness. You can't have your wife and just say whatever you want to say to her, or you're in a marriage where you're just beating each other. No, that's not what this is. That's not love. I don't know who told you. That's not love. I don't care if you saw it in your parents. That is not love. If you're there and you're getting beat, slapped, degraded, disrespected, that is not love. That is not a marriage that mirrors anything good. So you have to sit back and you have to think about what that is doing, not just to you and your inner spirit, but what is it doing to, if there's any offspring or anybody else that's in your that's connected to you. So you have to sit back and you have to ask yourself the very hard question: is this blessing me? Is it blessing me? Is it necessary? Because everything that happens to you is not necessary. Some of the stuff that's happening is because of your own free will to do what you wanted to do. Yes, God is allowing it. But the choices that you make, you have to do something about those choices. You have to. And if he removes you from it and he puts you in a place of safety and you get out there and you start complaining, God help you. God help you. It's just like, the children, God removes you, He took you out of that heartache, that hardship, and then because it's taking you a while to get back to where you need to get back to, you want to murmur and complain. Well, guess what? God don't like ugly. Okay? He don't like ugly. You know. But what I will tell you is just to continue to push, press, and pray. Couples, we are in a position to show the world that we are not stereotypes, to show the world that we can stand firm, to show the world that we can own our own roles and where we need to be. If you are a husband, be a husband. If you're a wife, be a wife. Own your role. Take your rightful place and do what you're supposed to do. Life will be so much more easier. You know, so we have to, if you're single, you know, and you're looking to, you know, and you want to get married and to be in a covenant, ask God to direct you and guide you. You know, if it's His will, then it will be so. But you have to be willing to do the work. I would tell anybody, any wife out there, being a wife, being married is a job. And I'm not saying it's a hard job. It is a job that's filled with challenges. It is a job that will cause you to think. And it's a job where it will cause you to be uncomfortable and challenging at the same time. In a way that if you would just operate under a certain rule of, I would say, prosperity, that you could reap a lot. I mean, that means, you know, operating in what they call the fruit of the Spirit, you know, and you have to look at those things. You know, you have to look at what it says in Galatians 5, you know, and I believe it's 22. You have to look at those things and be honest about it. And one of the most important things in that fruit is self-control. Self-control. Okay? Because if you don't have that, the other ones will not work. Will not work. You got to be able to control you and what you do and the choices that you make. So what I would say is to just take a look at that. Try putting those into your relationship. Not just in your marriage, but in your relationships, period, with people. And watch what happens. Watch what happens if you take control of yourself and stop being busy, messy, ratchet, shady, nasty. Watch what happens. People are going to look at you, especially if that's in your character, and you start going a lot more to the right versus to the left. Watch what happens. Okay? And I'm telling you, it's going to make you feel so much better. You're going to be able to purge some of that other stuff off of you. It's going to start to roll. You're going to start to feel lighter, freer, being able to do more than what you're doing. And watch. You'll see what happens. You will see what happens. You will see what happens. You know, it's a hard thing to do. And there's my phone, and my master is sitting here too. So, let me see. What is this calling? And it's hubby calling. So I will talk to you guys soon. I love you guys. Continue to press your way. And we will see you on the other side of this. I love you guys.